Sheila here. Sheila here with Sirius Stylus Moon. This is Moon Hour Mercury Day. Moon is 14 degrees Virgo, separating from conjoining Ketu. And the nodes are in 10 degrees of Pisces and Virgo, which means the nodes approaching the first decan of Pisces and Virgo. Venus is 22ing in Aquarius, Mercury separating from a conjunction um, with Deneb Algedi. Ascendant in midheaven ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is retrograde in Cancer. Now, the topic that I have to talk about today is probably very triggering, and it has to do with long-term implications of any policies that forced people to have children. I've talked about insurance and women's rights in another episode, but this is about children litigating either their parents or the state or both for being brought to the world. Very, very challenging topic. And this is something that is direct result of forced children policy. And that would be children litigated. At first, these children will seek to litigate their parents for bringing them to the world. We already see with the Pluto in Capricorn that the many children that were committing suicide as youth, and my prediction is that as we move forward, children will begin to en masse litigate their parents for compensation for being brought to the world. And this is absolutely not a joke. I think there was a case like that. And it will require, because the parents would, depending on what are the situations, but it would require for the parents to have deep conversations such as, well, I didn't want to bring children to the world, but or hey, if I knew that this is the world when I had you, then I wouldn't bring a child to the world. Um, okay? Even for parents that wanted children. Children are not here to be raped. They are not here to be trafficked. They are not here to be in a position where literally nothing and no one is providing an environment of love that is actually loving. They're not here to be traded for housing. And they're not labor force. And those realities okay, are going to really affect um, many areas of life, because children that go through rape, children that cannot have a job that is not rapey, even when it's just a job. They cannot have a house that is not rapey, even if it's just a house. They cannot even be in their own body. They are not children that I said that are grateful to have been born or grateful to be in the world. And when those policies of children being born um, either by rape, or if the children were wanted and then the world changed to a world where it's not supporting of life, then many children will want to litigate that they have been even born to the world. And they are going to be complaining to their parents, not for being bad parents, but for being born to the world. Okay? They are going to be blaming their parents for bringing a child to the world. And then the parents will have to talk, will have to say if parents didn't want to bring a child, or if parents thought that the world is different. Because life is not meant to be enslaved or trafficked or raped or tortured. There are already cases for children litigating the parents for bringing them to the world. Is not something I invented. And very likely this would proceed from the parents to the policies that made people bring children. Countries that required for children to be born, but did not provide a life that is actually lifing, a love that is actually loving, a house that is actually housing, and a working environment that is actually affirming of life rather than enslaving and controlling. And this is going to strike both the parents and whoever made these policies. Um, And this onset will probably be seen in the coming years. Parents would be required to answer, why did you bring a child to the world? If you cannot provide for their safety and freedom, and are complaining when they defend themselves, why did you bring a child to the world?